What if all volcanoes erupted at once? Imagine you're brushing your teeth. It's just another boring Tuesday. Birds are chirping, coffee is brewing. But then, out of nowhere, the ground trembles, just a little, then a little more. And before you can even finish rinsing, the news alerts start pouring in. Volcanoes erupting across the planet. All of them, at once. No, not just the famous ones like Mount Fuji, Vesuvius, or Yellowstone. Every single volcano. Dormant ones, underwater ones, icy ones in Antarctica. Boom, boom, boom. Earth has around 1,500 potentially active volcanoes, not counting the thousands hidden beneath the oceans. On a normal year, about 50 to 60 erupt. Now imagine all of them, thousands, going off like angry geysers with a personal vendetta against the sky. First comes the fire and ash. Great columns of smoke rise miles into the air, forming a dark, swirling veil around the globe. The skies quickly turn from blue to gray, then to black. Ash blankets entire continents in a matter of hours. Cities disappear under piles of choking dust. Planes are grounded, solar panels stop working, visibility drops to near zero. The sun is gone, replaced by a ghostly orange glow filtering through the clouds of ash. Then comes the lava. Rivers of molten rock snake their way across the land, incinerating forests, roads, and neighborhoods. You'd think people would just evacuate, right? But where would you even go? There's nowhere left. Every continent has active volcanoes, and they're all having a meltdown, literally. Meanwhile, the underwater volcanoes are turning the oceans into steaming cauldrons. Gigantic plumes of superheated water rise from the sea floor, killing marine life en masse. Coral reefs boil. Entire ecosystems collapse in minutes. The sudden heat causes massive shifts in ocean currents, which messes with weather systems around the globe. And then comes the real kicker, the atmosphere. With all that ash and gas, especially sulfur dioxide, pumped into the sky, the Earth enters what scientists call a volcanic winter. Temperatures around the planet plummet, crops fail, acid rain begins to fall. In just weeks, global food supply chains start to break down. No sun, no photosynthesis, no food. Welcome to Earth's version of the apocalypse, served piping hot, then suddenly freezing cold. But it gets worse. The weight of all that erupting magma and ash is actually enough to slightly shift the Earth's crust. Tectonic plates start moving erratically, causing massive earthquakes on top of the volcanic chaos. Supervolcanoes like Yellowstone, which were already erupting, now begin to collapse in on themselves, forming massive caldeiras that trigger even more explosions. It's a feedback loop of doom, and don't even think about the animals. Birds fall from the sky, unable to breathe. Herds of animals panic and flee, right into areas already ablaze. Pets run away. Zoos are abandoned. Nature itself goes into a tailspin. Satellites in orbit begin to lose power as ash and electromagnetic interference flood the upper atmosphere. Global communication starts failing. Wi-Fi is out. Cell towers down. Humanity is back to the Stone Age, but this time with TikTok withdrawal. A few lucky people retreat underground. Bunkers become the new luxury condos. But even there, food and clean air don't last forever. You can survive a volcanic apocalypse for a while, but thriving? That's off the table. Eventually, after months, maybe years, the eruptions stop. The planet slowly begins to clear the skies. Rain scrubs the atmosphere. The ash settles. But what's left? A scarred, colder Earth. Burned landscapes, collapsed economies, reduced populations, and a deep collective trauma that makes people flinch whenever a mountain rumbles. On the bright side, carbon emissions would temporarily drop. The planet might get a climate break. But that's like saying, at least the Titanic made a good reef. So what if all volcanoes erupted at once? Civilization as we know it would be cooked, steamed, frozen, and buried. Humanity might survive, but only barely. And next time someone calls volcanoes just cool mountains, maybe don't stand too close.